This is U.S. Storm Center. A massive and deeply dangerous storm system is tearing across the United States right now, and the situation is developing fast. This is not a storm that picks one region and leaves the rest alone. At this moment, it is producing blizzards, tornadoes, hurricane-force winds, and record-shattering heat, all at the same time, all from the same low-pressure system. This storm has the potential to become a bomb cyclone, which occurs when central pressure drops at least 24 millibars in 24 hours or less. That kind of rapid strengthening generates an expansive and intense wind field. Yahoo! The sheer scale of this system is staggering, and by the time it winds down, it could affect areas home to nearly 200 million people. The National Weather Service has placed over 45 million people under some form of weather alert. Travel and tour world, from the frozen plains of the Dakotas to the volatile skies above the Carolinas, this storm is testing emergency services across the country simultaneously. Let's start in the upper Midwest, where conditions are already life-threatening. An intense storm produced blizzard conditions from eastern South Dakota through Wisconsin into Michigan's Upper Peninsula on Sunday. Over 20 inches of snow fell in some portions of southeastern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. CBS News. An area from central Wisconsin to Michigan's Upper Peninsula is likely to see over 2 feet of snow, with higher isolated totals on the peninsula. NPR. The combination of that snowfall with violent winds is creating something far worse than snowfall totals alone can describe. This storm could end up being the snowiest ever in cities like Rochester, Minnesota. Parts of the city picked up about a foot of snow on Sunday, with up to another foot possible before the storm ends. Rochester's heaviest snow on record came from a March 2005 storm that dropped 20 inches. CNN, a snow emergency has been declared for Milwaukee County. The National Weather Service issued a blizzard warning for southeast Wisconsin. Non-essential county departments, including the Milwaukee County Courthouse and Milwaukee County Zoo, will be closed. CBS News. Wind gusts exceeding 60 miles per hour are creating near-zero visibility, making travel on I-80 and I-90 practically impossible. Travel and tour world state troopers across multiple states have already responded to hundreds of slide-offs and accidents. Authorities in Iowa have closed I-80 in both directions from the Iowa City area to near the Nebraska border. Nearly 2,000 flights have been canceled due to the storm, with the majority of disruptions at Midwest airports. ABC News. Chicago O'Hare saw arriving flight delays of up to 6 hours on Sunday. More than 600 flights into and out of Minneapolis-Saint Paul International Airport were canceled. CBS News. The ripple effects across connecting airports are being felt nationwide. Flight delays and cancellations from Sunday through Monday night could climb into the thousands. Major hubs including Denver, Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, New York City, Philadelphia, Boston, Washington, D.C., and Charlotte may all be affected. Yahoo! Now to the severe weather threat, which is every bit as serious. The system kicked up on Sunday with a powerful line of storms stretching from the Gulf Coast up to the Great Lakes, racing eastward with winds up to 80 miles per hour in spots. The system spawned numerous severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings as it pushed east overnight, reaching the Appalachians by Monday morning. CNN. On Sunday, the system produced at least one reported tornado near Humphrey in Arkansas County, Arkansas. According to the Storm Prediction Center, there were more than 200 reports of damaging wind gusts from Texas to Ohio, along with reports of tennis ball-sized hail in East Texas. CNN. On the southern side of the powerful system, a line of severe storms is expected to hit Sunday afternoon and into the evening from Michigan down to Texas, with the potential for supercell storms to form ahead of the line during the early afternoon into the evening. ABC News. The overnight hours across the Tennessee Valley and Deep South carry a particularly dangerous threat. Because these storms are moving through in the dark, many people may receive tornado warnings while asleep. Anyone in the affected zones should have a weather alert device active and a plan already in place. Mid-Atlantic states and Washington, D.C. are at the greatest risk for both damaging winds and tornadoes on Monday. This is the window that forecasters are watching most closely, and honestly, it may be the most severe period of the entire event. Nearly 13 million people in the mid-Atlantic are under a level 4 out of 5 severe weather threat, with nearly 25 million more under a level 2 or 3 risk stretching from Florida through New York. Some tornadoes that spin up could be strong and long-lived, capable of causing EF2 damage or greater. A stretch from parts of South Carolina to Maryland appears most likely to experience the greatest damaging winds Monday afternoon. That could include Raleigh, North Carolina, Richmond, Virginia, and the nation's capital. Officials said schools in Raleigh and Chapel Hill, North Carolina, would be closed Monday. North Carolina Governor Josh Stein urged residents to enable emergency alerts on their phones ahead of expected wind gusts of 74 miles per hour. In anticipation of the severe threat, Maryland Governor Wes Moore declared a state of preparedness. Baltimore County announced it would be opening its Emergency Operations Center. Governors and emergency managers across the region are urging people to stay informed and stay indoors during the most dangerous hours of Monday afternoon and evening. The I-95 corridor from Florence, South Carolina through Fayetteville, Raleigh, Richmond and toward Washington is being treated by forecasters as the highest priority zone for Monday. The combination of warm, unstable air along the corridor and an approaching cold front creates the conditions for explosive storm development. If sunshine persists through Monday morning, it will add additional fuel to an already dangerous atmosphere. The storm threat is expected to enter the Appalachians, then move toward the East Coast, where severe thunderstorms with widespread damaging winds and several tornadoes are expected. The threat is expected to intensify Monday, when storms could produce tornadoes, damaging wind gusts, hail, and flash flooding as they push toward the East Coast. More severe weather will continue across the East Coast on Monday, from late afternoon into the evening, from the Florida Panhandle up into Pennsylvania. An enhanced risk advisory has been issued from eastern Georgia through Savannah, Charlotte, Virginia Beach, and Baltimore. Later in the afternoon, the main squall line is expected to expand from Pennsylvania and New York southward, through the Carolinas and into Florida. Coastal communities including Wilmington and Jacksonville in North Carolina and the Hampton Roads region of Virginia face a prolonged window of tornado-capable storms. While all of this unfolds in the east, the western United States is experiencing a completely different extreme. A heat dome over the southwest is driving triple-digit temperatures weeks earlier than usual, with Phoenix forecast to reach roughly 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Record warmth is continuing to build across the southwest, following much of the region's warmest winters on record. The juxtaposition of heat and cold across the same period is a hallmark of a more volatile climate system. Scientists connect these anomalies to climate change-driven shifts in global weather patterns. Separately, Maui County Mayor Richard Bisson confirmed that some areas of Maui had received 20 inches of rain in the previous 24 hours. We're seeing flooding, landslides, sinkholes, debris, and downed power lines across the county, he said. National Guard members and fire department workers made multiple floodwater rescues. After the cold front moves off the east coast by Tuesday, much colder air will settle across the region, with temperatures more typical of January than mid-March. Cities like Nashville and Atlanta could see temperature drops of more than 30 degrees over roughly a day and a half. There should be a gradual moderation in temperatures toward the end of the week. Rain and inland snow across the northern mid-Atlantic and northeast is likely to return next weekend as the next storm system approaches from the Great Lakes. For now, the priority is clear. Whether you are in a blizzard zone, a tornado corridor, or a flood-threatened region, the next 24 to 48 hours demand your full attention. Monitor local forecasts, heed official guidance, and do not travel if conditions are being described as life-threatening. This is U.S.